So it says that we're live, and I'm hitting the camera. Nothing wrong with that. So, trying a new series. I'm going to see how this works. To all you people out there who are listening, trying to do a study with me series where I actually study, that's right, study the artists that I actually like and try and figure out why I like them, or if there's anything that I can actually get from them, you know, these modern masters or even the old masters, by looking at their line weight, looking at their character designs, looking at how they draw, how they render, how they color and stuff like that, and try to then later on apply it to my own work. And so I figure since it's a big study with me, I should do it at school. So I'm currently at NSU, and some of my students are going to be paying attention to me or not, I don't know. So you might hear them in the background. But I'm actually going to be looking at Alex Toth for my first month, hopefully be able to do this at least once a day for the month of October. But the idea is to, like I said prior, to actually study Alex Toth. So I have this awesome book, The Cartoon Art of Alex Toth. He was actually someone who inspired me, and I didn't even know. So when I went to the Savannah College of Art and Design, I was going to my first portfolio review, and then I was told that my work resembled a lot of Alex Toth. And I didn't know who it was, and I was like, thank you. And then I went and looked it up. Come to find out, Alex Toth was the guy who did all the character designs for all the cartoons that I like Space Ghost or the Herculoids and Thundar, the Barbarian and stuff like that. So I had already liked this watching cartoons with my dad, and so he had influenced me from day one. So it's only appropriate that I would start with Alex Toth, one of my biggest influences in my artistic career. And so what I'm going to do is actually take this book, and then for the next person, I'm going to constantly be taking books that I can look at and draw inspiration from and stuff like that. But I'm going to try and draw everything that I can. So open the book up, start drawing, and then talk to you guys while I'm going through it to see if there's anything that I'm missing or picking up and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to do everything with a pen just so that it shows up. Today is blue pen, but if I want to try and do a more finalized piece, I think I will start using pencil. But as of right now, since we're just trying to study and figure out new stuff, I'll use the pen so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. As my students are dying for some reason, and it's really endearing to actually hear them try to keep it in. So it's actually quite nice. They're trying so hard, and I really don't want them to have like an aneurysm or something because they're trying to hold it in. And it's like, oh, bloop, and then they pass out. So we're gonna try not to have that happen. So if you hear them, it's okay. They're my students. We're in class. They're working, and I'm trying to do this new thing. So we're gonna go from there. All right. So, so as you can see, it's a very simplistic. I mean, it's ready for cartoons, which I think is very appealing to me. Being able to actually communicate as much information with such simple lines, it's definitely something that I've been trying to master in my own work. But I think seeing someone such as Alex Toth do it again and again and again, and then be able to get different type of faces, different expressions, hairstyles, and all kinds of things like that with just such simple shapes is going to benefit me and my style a whole lot. So I'm just going to start drawing and I guess tell you what I think as I go along. All right. So I'm going to start with this guy. Pretty simple, although his head roundish, square down here, neck comes in, pretty straight drawn, but his body is actually a rectangle. It's interesting. And in my peripherals, I get to see my students like doing weird things. It seems like they're doing, hand gestures and stuff, like sign language, trying to figure out what's going on over there. It's really funny. Throw this out here. And once again, when doing when doing this, it's not about getting it perfect, right? It's about trying to draw as much inspiration off of it as you can, see what you can get from it. And also, if you know how to draw, trying to get that kind of information that you've already know and see if it'll hold when you're trying to draw someone else's style. And the best part is, don't be afraid to mess up. Studying is all about, well, learning. Okay, most people, when they draw or when they try and do creative stuff, they want to get it perfect the first time, which is crazy, because if you were awesome at all points in time, then you would never need to study. But anyone who actually is going to help you will tell you, you need to practice. And that's all studying is, it's practice. I mean, if you actually were thinking about, trying to do math or science or anything like that, and they're like, oh, you got to study. It's all about practice. And the thing is with art, is the exact same thing. It's just most people, I guess, don't see it or they don't want to learn. It's weird because they'll just be like, oh, well, I don't know what to draw, or I don't know how to draw that, or what should I draw? I'm in artist block. I don't know what to do. Can you tell me how to get past this? And it's like, of course, draw. I mean,